Hello everyone and welcome to Daria Draws yet another video. I am remaking an old artwork, but this time I'm going to work fully from imagination since the initial work was done that way as well. Now the real test of the skill through the time is how you do without any reference photos. So let's just get to the upgrade of the painting. Now let's have a little of a closer look at the painting that I'm going to remake. It is definitely very summery, very fresh, so I want to keep that feeling. And I like that the painting has a lot of texture, which I can play around with. I'm going to remove some of the pieces that I don't need and just lay even more texture on top of that. What I don't like is that the colors look very kind of washed out. I'm starting off by redrawing and redoing all the outlines. I'm not leaving much of the original layer because I just don't really like it, to be honest. I think it can be so much better. And yeah, I'm just adding more volume to the body overall, like her arms and everything. I want them to really be fleshy and feel like an actual tangible material rather than just something that is so abstract and is just blending with the surroundings. I feel like the figure doesn't have a lot of personality at this point, and it's really just like a static spot, which is definitely not the focus of the painting, but the figure is supposed to be exactly that. So I would like to definitely give her some color, some personality. Since the scene is set outside and we have all the sky and the water reflecting all kinds of blues, the shadows are going to be on the cooler side as well, rather than if we were painting a figure indoors with the indoor lighting. So I am focusing on the shadows that are kind of cooler and of course darker than the flesh tones that I'm using. And I'm covering and adding more volume to basically all parts of the body as well. Even though the whole painting is done from imagination, and perhaps there is a beach with that kind of building somewhere, but I'm not aware of that, and I'm just kind of it's more about the feeling that the painting has rather than being an actual space with an actual person sitting in a cafe like that. And even though it is very imaginative, I want it to feel real. I want it to be believable. And it's not even about, you know, making it super realistic. It's just being kind of sure of what you want, and then it will look believable, and then people will be like, oh yeah, like this could possibly exist in real life. Of course, the hand looked a little broken. It didn't look human. Like nobody can really sit like this comfortably. So yeah, I needed to make it a little bit smoother. Like the lines should be a little bit more natural. Now making the body look a little bit more opaque and giving it a little bit of color, and just the general shape is now looking a little bit more natural. Now as I've made the dress super white, it looks a little bit more contrasting, and the sky is going to be a little bit brighter as well, so that it creates a nice silhouette in the hat, and it just gives out a little like fluffy cloud kind of feeling at the beach, because I feel like if you paint sky one color, it just doesn't do it justice. So I'm giving it a little bit of more shades of that light blue. The building also kind of pops out a little better. I am refreshing the sand area as well, and I'm covering that hideous chair because it's just too huge. That's a throne, that's not a chair. So yeah, just making the sand a little bit fresher as well. I don't want those gray tones in there. I just want it to be nice, fresh, and sunny. I really like using the blue outlines in this painting because I feel like it matches the water and the sky pretty well. So it's like an additional uniting element of the painting. And so yes, I am just redrawing once again, fixing some of the mistakes I might have made during the first session, and adding definitely more color to the figure, making her a little bit sun-kissed, and I think that will add to the believable aspect of the painting as well. I also decided to redo her face, make it a little bit more vague, hide the eyes completely since they're under the hat and there's definitely a stronger shadow there. But I am going to add just a little bit of details to the bottom part of the face. Also, I felt like the long hair didn't really go there because I wanted to show the nice neckline going into the shoulder, but the hair was kind of hiding that shape, and I wanted to bring more definition to the painting because it was very ghostly, very gray before. Now we're all about the shapes, the contrasts, and color, like nice vibrant color. So yeah, the colors are adding to that a little bit sunburned feeling. Definitely a lot more orangey and reddish than I normally would choose for the skin tone, just because I want her to stand out in this setting, which is very sandy. So I need that variation of color to not blend her in again with the background. It's honestly very liberating when you can just paint from imagination, because you don't have to make the figure or whatever else you're doing look like somebody. But I did cheat just a little bit. I took a photo of myself just to make sure all the hand movements and gestures were possible to make, so that her hands don't look broken or something like that. But yeah, it was kind of like just to double check what I already had going on. So can you call that cheating? Maybe. And I'm adding more of this warm orangey tone to her shoulders and the décolleté area, so that she does look like she's been sitting out there for a while, just waiting for her apparel. The overall atmosphere is giving me very Mediterranean holiday kind of feeling, and it's just like very summery, very calm. I'm making the dress a little bit overly white, even though it isn't pure white. I never use that in my works, but I want to make it a little bit brighter than it should be, because in the sun all the whites tend to literally shine and the exposure just goes all the way up. So as I said, the painting is giving me some Mediterranean feelings, so I decided to actually redo the whole table and make it a little bit more fun, add some details. So I got inspired by the Italian and Portuguese, actually, tiles. So I just made something of my own design. And of course I chose the blue for the outlines to match it to the sky and to the water, and make it a little bit more contrasting with the orange and the figure. Fixing up the table. I should have done that probably during the first session, but it didn't. It wasn't that standing out this much, so I didn't even notice that it needed to do something, that I needed to do something about it. But once the tiles were on, it was very clear to me that it has to be a little more round. Also, I added some Indian yellow to the sun to make it even brighter, even more yellow. And I'm just uniting some of the elements in the sky so that they're not just separate brush strokes, but they kind of are combined and form one united sky. I really like playing with the blues in this painting. I have some ultramarine, I have some cobalt blue, some Prussian blue as well. It's a little brighter. So there is like a whole blue spectrum. And that's what makes it interesting, but still kind of keeps it down to the same color scale. And of course I'm making the tiles a little bit brighter, just so that they can really shine in the sun. And I like how I don't have to actually draw everything so perfectly and so realistically to give that impression of the tiles. It's just a matter of placing the strokes in the right direction in the right place, and that's pretty much it. So up close it doesn't even look like anything special, but once you step back you can fully understand the picture. And I'm also adding some light to the hand that's on top of the table, because normally if the sun is shining right at noon, all the lights would be on top of the surfaces. I also decided to decorate the dress a little bit, make it a little bit more flowing, and it actually looks like something I'd wear, so yeah, it's just like a little bit of detailing there. And I also decided to make one of the straps of the dress kind of fall off her shoulder. I feel like it's a very natural movement that creates like a little bit of movement, because everything is pretty static in the painting, so I wanted to add this little element that was kind of careless. I'm also adding some lights to the hat to make it a little bit less flat and just a little more three-dimensional, and give it that straw color, like it was, you know, kind of handmade, bought at a local market sort of feel. And I'm just freshening up the sand once again. I'm keeping the darker color at the bottom and adding some lighter strokes to the top, just to kind of lighten up the whole painting, because the sand was a little bit dull. And here we have the end result. I hope you enjoyed the video. I definitely had so much fun doing this, actually redoing this painting. And if you'd like to see more content like this, simply subscribe to my channel. That's what helps it grow and keeps me motivated to post more. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.